Hi, this is part 2 of the spiritual retreat review that I did in Sedona, Arizona last year in November. So the Alchemy Retreat. I'm going to give you a very simplistic overview of Sarah and Susan's specialties. Check them both out for more in-depth information. I just grabbed this quick little blurb from the interwebs, AI or AKA Skynet, who runs Terminator machines. Okay, spiritual alchemy. It's a metaphor of the practice of turning lead into gold. It represents our work of turning the lead, like ego, negative belief systems, into wisdom and enlightenment, or gold. Quantum healing is tapping into your body's energy to clear blockages on the quantum level. These blockages can be physical, mental, or emotional. Our teachers, Sarah Elkhaldy and Susan Hassen. Sarah's focus is alchemy. Her YouTube channel is called The Alchemist, and Susan focuses on the quantum. Her channel is called Quantum Sphere Healing. Both of them do private sessions. I actually had a session with Sarah before the retreat. During the session, I could feel energy moving around. I even had some stuff pop up in my mind while she was working with my higher self. I believe this session removed some energy blockages that were in preparation for the retreat. I haven't had a chance to book with Susan yet, but I'm going to. I know someone who had a session and they said Susan gave them so much information that they couldn't keep up with taking notes. So that's definitely on the radar. These two ladies are legitimate powerhouses and they are so much fun to be around. Besides her amazing eyebrow game, Sarah is so full of power and knowledge. When we sat for her classes, you could just feel her energy changing you. Very often I would notice a slight tingling sensation, which I believed was her energy spiritually activating me. During these sessions, she was very patient and answered all of our questions. She never rushed us, and she wanted to be sure we completely understood the topics she was teaching. Now, if you were feeling frisky and wanted to debate a topic, she was down for that too. She has this laugh that's loud and infectious. We'd be eating, and we'd hear her laughing at another table across the room, and we couldn't help but burst out laughing ourselves. I probably watched all of her videos, and she's the same in person as she is on the internet. Susan is absolutely amazing. Sarah's energy will rocket you into space, but Susan's energy is so loving, grounding, and warm. When you hug her, it's like wrapping up in a fuzzy blanket. Thursday was the first night. We all met, and it was the get to know you event. We all introduced ourselves, and then we talked for a couple hours after that, and I knew this was going to be an amazing group of people. The next day we had a master class with Sarah, and that evening we all went to dinner at one of the local restaurants. The food was great, but the conversation was even better. Saturday we had the quantum field class with Susan. After that we had a full body sound bath. During the quantum healing or the quantum field class, we were being taught how to ground and how to meditate in the quantum. When we dropped into our heart centers, my body was buzzing. When we all meditated together in the fifth density energy, the energy we were generating was palpable. I thought we may actually all physically ascend right up into the sky, like in that movie This Is the End, where in the rapture scenes, they got sucked right up into heaven. Watch Sarah's latest video on ascension, and she explains it all for you. Okay, back to my experience. So during this, while we were meditating, I literally had to rock side to side a bit just to be able to process and release the amount of energy that we were generating and kind of running through the room, like it ran through us. I think I cried a couple times too, because it felt so beautiful, like I was home, like it was amazing. I'm hoping that anyone on a spiritual journey gets a chance to have this kind of experience. After Susan's beautiful class, we headed over to the cathedral. I never had a full body sound bath. There were definitely energy blockages being released from my body. We all sat up, we were in this huge circle, and they were just going around and treating everybody, and there was beautiful music playing. It was amazing. I did cry again. I might have just said that, but I actually cried a lot at this retreat, but it was in a good way. Emotional healing is an important part of the spiritual journey. Here's a picture of how it was all set up. We were, like I said, in that big circle. Again, I don't have permission from these people, so faces have been smiley. Sunday, there was supposed to be a hike in the morning in the session with Sarah while we were out in nature, but the weather was bad. They rescheduled that to later in the day, and we went gemstone shopping with Sarah and Susan as well. Susan is a wealth of knowledge about rocks and totems and all kinds of stuff. All things spiritual. Before we met with everybody, though, some of us decided to go up on a hike to Cathedral Rock to watch the sunrise. The rain had stopped, but it was cold and foggy. We still found it beautiful. It was amazing. We even saw a wild boar while we were walking up the path. We were so chill that it never even moved. And my husband was like, those things can kill you, but we were just, I don't know. We were in just such zen that it didn't feel threatened, I guess. So 2 of the people in our group went all the way up to the top and they meditated while the sun came up. It was just an amazing way to start the morning. Monday, we had a shadow work class with Sarah. She guided us through some deep healings together as a group. We gently held space for each other to process and release any emotions being experienced. I really connected to my 2 partners in that exercise, and I still talk to them today. After that class ended, we headed back over to the cathedral for our closing ceremony. We were lucky because Aquala was available, and he performed our closing ceremony. It was beautiful. In my everyday life, I don't have anyone to reflect my spiritual journey back to me. It can be a lonely journey, right? This environment allowed me to feel safe and comfortable enough to be my most authentic self. The group of people I met during this, they were like family. I definitely gained some friends, not to mention all the healings and activations I received. So many things were said to me that affirmed or brought attention to my spiritual beliefs or gifts that I really hadn't noticed. I left there feeling more confident in my ability to stand in my own power. And I hope that I had that loving effect on the people that I engaged with as well, or at least made them smile. It truly was like a spiritual family reunion. I don't feel this way at every gathering, so this was truly special. I'm a different person. Once you get together with a group of people who are so loving and caring, it's hard to go back into the world not affected. So, yes, it was worth it. I feel so thankful that I was able to attend this. My intention for this video was to share my retreat experience and hope that this helps you decide to take a chance and experience a session or spiritual retreat with one of these amazing women yourself. I will put all the links in the description box below. Thank you for watching.